Good evening, good morning, everybody. Good day. Good day is what I should be saying. Good day. Just wanted to come in and let you all know that this is our first episode of I Might Be Wrong, but I Doubt It. Brand new episode. Well, this is our first episode of I Might Be Wrong, but I Doubt It. I usually write this column, but today I am bringing it to you on a video podcast. And I will start doing these video podcasts once weekly. Um, and it'll be 30 minutes to 45 minutes, according to how long I ramble on. But I hope I don't have an hour's worth of talk in me, because if I do, then I'm really pissed about something that's detrimental to our community. This being one of the subjects here that I'm really passionate about. And if I don't know whether everybody who's viewing have seen my writings. I might be wrong, but I doubt it. I usually write this once every 2 weeks when something gets on my nerve and I want to speak out about it and I want to vent. But now I have something that I want to vent about, and that happened today, Saturday, September the 30th, 2023. And I want to express myself on it. And so y'all look for I Might Be Wrong, but I doubt it, to be airing once a week, hopefully, if I can find the time. I just got so much I'm doing. But if I can find the time, y'all look for I Might Be Wrong, but I doubt it, to now be airing as a podcast. I'll probably write it also, but it'll be a podcast so I can really express myself when I want to tell somebody something. Today's topic is pastors working against the people. Pastors working against the people. And I really, this is something that's really bothered me for a while. I'm real passionate about things that are a detriment to our community. And something bothered me today after I watched the video of the forum with the mayoral candidates for Savannah, Georgia. So I just had a message that I wanted to get out. So I didn't want to write it. So maybe I'll put it on this video so that we can get it to those pastors, because I've been giving the pastors a message for about 4 years now, or longer, that I've been giving pastors a message. And I don't think they hear me. Everybody out here hears me, because everybody tells me that they agree with so much of the work that I do. And I don't do the work for me. It's not about me. And that's one of the things I want to clear. This ain't about Julius Hall. This is about getting it right for the community. I'm at that age now where I feel like I have to do something. I don't have long on this earth. None of us do. My time is shorter than a lot of people. I might got 40 years left. I hope I do. But in that time, I need to do some things. Well, let's get right to it. There was and first of all, I don't own the rights to the music that you all might hear in the background playing. I don't own the rights to the music. I just like this song because whenever you're expressing yourself, it's a song that really tells how you feel when you're deep about something. My thing is pastors working against the people, and it has been a subject that I wanted to talk on for the longest. I promised people on the Rabble once we start talking about these pastors that we'll do a show on them, and we probably will do a whole show. And I invite any pastor that want to come on and challenge me to come on, give me a call. Y'all know how to reach me. Give me a call so we can sit and we can talk and we can get these things straight. I don't want to waste a lot of your time because it's, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes. I don't know whether I got that long in me or not. And I might ramble on, but I want to say what's on my heart. Whenever I write, I might be wrong, but I doubt it. It is something that's on my heart. So I want you all to understand that what I say is my opinion. And a lot of people tell me that they like my opinion. So I guess I turned it into I might be wrong, but I doubt it. There was a forum today, and this forum was at the Con Ed building and on MLK in Gwinnett and Savannah, and it had the mayoral candidates, Van Johnson, Keisha Gibson Carter, and this other lady. I don't even know her name. I don't even know why she was there. Nobody knows her. Nobody. I don't think she even has a. If she gets 100 votes, I'll be surprised. But this is my take on it. I think that the ministerial alliance that put this debate on needs to be disbanded. I'd really like to come and speak to you guys if y'all don't mind. Next time y'all have a meeting, would y'all call me and invite me? Because I'd like to challenge you all. I'd like to talk to you all. Because, see, the reason that our community, the African American community, is in the rut that we're in is because of the pastors. You are the single biggest reason our community is in dire straits right now, because you're not doing your job. You don't know what your obligations are. You think that you should be fans of somebody, and it just happened to rhyme, fans of Vans. But Reverend Thomas Sills, I'm not going to call you pastor right now because that job you did today was not fair. And a pastor is supposed to lead people. If you're a reverend, I guess you can do what you want to do. So I'm going to just call you reverend today because that's what you was today. The forum you held, or they let you moderate, I guess you're the president of this ministerial alliance. It was a hit job. It was meant to set Keisha Gibson Carter up, who's running against your friend, the mayor. And my thing is, you all realize that Van can't win this race, or that he's trailing right now when he should be leading. So you all are scrambling because you've heard on the street that the 1st district, the 5th district, the 3rd district are upset. And that if he loses his base, which he used to have because of people like me and others who worked so hard to get him there, that he won't be able to win this race. And we're going to try to make sure that he doesn't, because he's betrayed the people. He's broken all his promises. And he made promises that he didn't keep. Promises made, promises broken. But pastors, your obligation is to your congregation and to the people of God. And for some reason, you all think that your obligation is to something else. How in the world can you not see that this mayoral candidate, Van Johnson, is not for the people? How can you not see how the 1st district over in West Savannah is suffering, how the 3rd district over in East Savannah is suffering, how the 5th district over on the southwest side is suffering? I don't understand it. Why you can't see this and everybody around you can see it. I don't understand how you are betraying the people the way that you are. The church is supposed to be our foundation. as African American people. This is where we all came up in. The reason that we have so much violence on the street is because of people, well, pastors who are not doing their job. That's my opinion. And I'm looking at it from a broad standpoint. I'm looking at it and saying, why aren't these guys doing what they're supposed to do? Why aren't they bringing their congregation out and helping everybody in the communities? We got a church on every corner. We got 980 churches here in Chatham County. 980 something churches here in Chatham County, and that was 2 years ago. And the pastors got so many these men of God, I guess you don't know that what they call themselves, have so many egos that we probably got 1,000 churches now. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about, if you go back and you look at this video of the forum that was today, it was a shame. Pastor Reverend Thomas Sills, I don't know why they let you even moderate it. They could have picked somebody else to moderate that. And we know that you all, that was a hit job. It was an ambush that didn't really work, because Keisha Gibson Carter still came out shining in it. And all you did was not hold Van to be accountable to the people. You sat there and you let him lie and lie and lie. Every time this man says something, he thinks that the people are supposed to believe it. Every word comes out of his mouth when it concerns the Black community is a lie. A lie. Y'all seen the video where he said that we don't even need a task force for African American people in this city because we're the majority. Yeah, we're the majority, but we're the underserved also. And why he don't understand that is because he has. So when you have, you don't care about people who don't. And you take everybody in the community for granted. And that's what Van Johnson does. He thinks that if he tell it to you, you believe it. One thing that I do give him credit for, he knows that there is no fight in Savannah, that they'll bring it up for a minute, 2 or 3 days, and then they'll let it die. But there are new sheriffs in town now. We don't let nothing die no more. At our Black media network, we don't let nothing die. We have magazines. We got 4 magazines, or 3 magazines working on number 4. We got our own Roku TV channel. We have 20 plus shows on our platform, and we're about to have a radio station. We don't let things die no more. That used to be the way. We're going to agitate, because agitation cleans things up. Nothing gets done without agitation. So I just wanted to call the pastor out. Pastor Sills, I thought, I still think you and I are friends. We might not be after I get through with what I'm saying today, because you've lost your weight. It seems like you and Pastor Tillman and Pastor Robeson are little flunkies for Van, and that's what y'all are. If you have a problem with it, just give me a call, because I think we can have a man-to-man talk about this. It seems like you don't care anything about what the people need. You don't care anything about what the people. Van has blinded you. Van has blinded Tillman long time for the longest. And now he's appointing Robeson the cedar board and all his little pastor friends, so he can still have this little clout and get them to do whatever he wants them to do. It's a shame, and we continue to let it happen. But what we need to do is to get these people out of office who are his rubber stamps. So Van Johnson and those people that are his rubber stamps need to go. And these pastors are derelicting their duties. You're really derelicting your duties. For some reason, y'all don't care. Y'all just figure you ain't even bringing your congregation where you go at. Don't tell them to meet you at church. You should have told them to meet you at the debate. You're there to influence the people about God. You're there to influence the people about doing right. You're there to influence the people about uniting. And it seems like I do more by 8 o'clock in the morning every morning than y'all do in a whole month in this community. All y'all do is collect tithes. That's all it seems like y'all want to do is collect some tithes. Why? You're selling the people out. We can't have sellout pastors. We can't have sellout leaders every day who don't care about this community. When you're a detriment to the community, from now on, our black media will be talking about it. You don't have to watch us, but you will be watching this because I'm sure somebody's going to tell you about it. But Pastor Steele, you did something that was very nasty today. You had a forum with the post one, I believe it was, candidates, about 5 or 6 of them up there. And you went down the line when you gave them the mic. And when it stopped here, you went back down the line with the next question with the mic. But when you got to the mayoral candidates, you changed the format. You went to the ladies and then the man, because the man is the mayor and the man is your friend. You wanted to give him an unfair advantage over these women, over Keisha Gibson Carter. The other lady, I think, is not ready to lead the city right now. And I have property in the city, so let's make it clear. I got 3 or 4 properties in the city, so I have a vested interest in the city. My whole family is in the city. I grew up in this city, so I have a vested interest in the city. So anybody want to tell me where I live at? I live in Chatham County in the Savannah area. But you changed the format, and you went to Keisha Gibson Carter, then you skipped over Van, and he was right there next to her, and went down to the lady. You gave Van the last speaking part every time. You gave it to Van. Why? So that he can have an unfair advantage. Everybody knows that the last person to speak on the subject is probably the one that's heard. But unless the person who speaks best outshines the person who speaks last, which happens all the time when you're dealing with Keisha Gibson Carter. I know Van doesn't like to debate her or to be on any forums with her because she's sharp. She understands what the people need. She's an advocate for the people. If anybody don't see that, y'all have just got some oranges or apples in your eyes, because this woman is for the people. Van Johnson is not for the people. Van Johnson is for whoever can take care of Van Johnson. That's what he's about. But anyway, let's get back to it. You know that you said they challenged you on this after they realized that you were doing it, and you didn't do it like you did the first group of candidates. You changed it when the mayoral candidates came up there so Van could speak last, which gives him the power. And when they challenged you on it, you said, these are the rules. But it wasn't the rules for the first candidates. Then you said that you could just shut this down right now. Well, you should have. And then you said, that's just the way it's going to be. I guess that's from what I saw in the video. But it was wrong. And you say ladies first. That's what it was. You say ladies first. How do you say ladies first and you don't even let a lady in your pulpit? In your College Temple Baptist Church, women cannot even get on the pulpit. But you want to give women's first on this instead of being fair to these women that took their time to come there and talk to the people. You had it in a space where you knew people weren't going to come, and so it was really just to booster the mayor because you thought that he could outshine her, but he couldn't, no matter where he at, no matter what happens. This is not city council, so he's not in control. You all had a bit of control, but she was still clever enough to beat you all. But we're in that sinking pit, that sunken pit, because of ministers like you all, that Ministerial Alliance of Savannah. Y'all are not doing what you're supposed to do for the people. You're being flunkies and groupies when you're supposed to be leading, you're following. And that's not what God called you to do. So don't tell nobody that God called you to do nothing. Y'all sit there and you want to, every Saturday, Friday, or Saturday night, you preparing your sermon instead of preparing the people. You should be preparing the people to go out, not having people to come to you all. Y'all are pulpit preachers. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in right now. Yes, some of it is the people's fault. And most of it is the people's fault because they have you all in those positions. They don't have nobody with no great concern for the community. And that's my feelings. I'm looking at it. I see it every day. Any pastor in this city, in Chatham County, matter of fact, that's following Van Johnson is not for the people. And you're a bigger detriment to your congregation and to this community than even Van Johnson is. Because you have hundreds, maybe thousands of followers that you can persuade to do the right thing. Vote for somebody who's going to advocate for them. Vote for somebody who's going to serve their communities. Vote for somebody who's going to be fair and level the playing field. And that's why we put Van Johnson there so that can happen. I worked on this campaign hard, and I'm gonna work just as hard to get him up out of there. And y'all see that there's a change. Y'all see that the streets are telling you, if you got your ear to the street, the streets are telling you that he's in trouble. The streets are telling you that he's really trailing right now. If he don't win the first, the third, and the fifth, he can't win nothing. If she tie him in any of those other districts, he history. That's how the numbers work. He only won by 5,400 votes, so all we need is 2,700 of those votes to out of 20-something thousand or 30,000, how many ever voted. He won by 5,400 votes. 2,700, and one of those is a different mayor. But those are numbers that he don't understand, but he will understand. You keep talking about tact and decorum, and this was about tact, decorum, and dignity. Well, our people are sick and tired of being dignified and still being poor. Dignified and still being poor. And you want to chastise somebody when they go to fight for people. It don't make no sense. We need to be disruptive and on point. We need champions of the people. Every day, somebody going out saying, I'm going to work for the people, not for myself. Because right now, it seems like the pastors all go to church so they can collect tithes so that they can work for themselves. So that's working for themselves, not for the people. It seems like our elected officials every day are going to sell out so that they can get a check also. And y'all know who you are. We need champions of the people so we can start building generational wealth in our communities, so that we can start uplifting our communities. We're the ones in the sunken pit. We're the only race on the planet in the position that we are in. Only race. It's crazy. And we're just tired of elected officials selling us out. And we're tired of pastors not leading but following. This was not a forum. This was a platform to promote Van Johnson. Plain and simple. Anybody, Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see that. He sat there and lied and lied, and there was no challenge. You didn't ask him about how Yamacraw got in the condition that it got into. You didn't ask him what that little $6 million that the port's going to give for the service industries for housing or whatever. You didn't ask him no tough questions. You didn't ask him about raising the millage rate. You didn't ask him about the weeping time. You didn't ask him about any of these things that he should be a man and stand up and talk about. You didn't ask him those tough questions that would get the people seeing who he really is. But if he's in these other debates, I'm sure that he'll get those questions, and there's nothing you all can do about it. One thing I'm pretty sure of, y'all are rallying behind Van Johnson, but you're not rallying your people, so that's good. Because anybody following you guys are following y'all into a burning house. That's what y'all are in. And those pastors, y'all know who you are. Pastor Tillman, Pastor Roberson, and you, Pastor Sills. I'm thinking about not calling any of y'all pastor anymore. I'm just going to call y'all ministers, because y'all ministering instead of pastoring. And it's a big difference. And y'all know what the difference is. But y'all are ministers right now in my eyes. And it's a lot of y'all out there. Because anybody who isn't saying, hey, we have all this power collectively, let's put it together. Let's help our people. We got celebrities that's making hundreds of millions of dollars that aren't doing what they need to do. We got stars who, sports stars who aren't doing what they need to do. We have rich business people who aren't doing what they need to do. We're the only only people on this planet that don't do for its own people. We are like, I don't know what is that eat their own young. One of those one of the species on this planet that eat their young. But we don't. The only reason that we've survived this long is because of our DNA. And you have to understand. There are a few things. The paradises of the rich are made out of the hell of the poor. Y'all ought to know this. The paradises of the rich are made out of the hell of the poor. And you all aren't doing anything to level the playing field. You aren't even trying. Y'all got a ministerial alliance that's absolutely I don't even know a good word to even call it. Y'all are irrelevant. What are y'all doing? What issues are y'all tackling? What are y'all telling the mayor that you want? You should have a black agenda for this mayor. We have a supermajority black city council. Where is your black agenda? What do you want this mayor to do for people in your community? All you want them to do is come and give their 10% to you every Sunday? There are no demands from nobody? Power is never seated without a demand. Come on. Without a struggle. We're struggling. Now you have to demand, and you have to get into the fight. But all y'all do is go there on Sundays, collect your check, and then go to each other's church and preach. Come on, man. We got to do better than this. And I'm talking to all the pastors out there who are not doing what I'm saying that they should be doing. You have an obligation to God. You have an obligation to the people. You have a charge to keep, and you are not keeping it. It's terrible. It's terrible. Van Johnson should not be the mayor of no city. None. He's very smooth. He'll lie, and what he tells you, he'll make you think that it's the truth. But if you're smart enough to understand and to read, you'll know that the man is a liar. So my thing is, we have to be able to wake up. If your mind is blind to the possibilities, then your eyes will be blind to the opportunities. And it's a perception that Van Johnson gives. And like I tell everybody for the last 10, 15 years, perception unchallenged becomes reality. And in his eyes, he sees that it's a reality because he knows that he can put it out there. We're not going to challenge it. So it's our reality. So until we all come together and we do something about it, and that's voting them out of office, we have to send a clear message, a very clear message, as leaders of this city, especially my position that I'm in, where I'm being called to work on every political campaign. I don't call nobody, they call me. I'm being called to address every issue out there. We have to be able to work together to change things. And the pastors, y'all have the most powerful people here, the most powerful people, and y'all don't exert any of that power. Y'all don't do anything with it because y'all are just concerned about self. If it was about the people, y'all would be doing all kinds of things, even a credit union, all kind of stuff where you can give loans. You make that sorry bank over there, Carver State Bank, do some work, but you don't want to. You are just as bad, just as worse of a problem to our community as the establishment. So, before I leave, and, like I said, this is our first installment of, I might be wrong, but I doubt it. And I might be wrong now, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Any pastor that wants to come on, you can come on. But I want you to come on with something that I find I want y'all to think about. And this is to all the pastors. I mean, it's to everybody, but to the pastors mainly, because y'all know y'all supposed to be able to be thinkers. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Hard times create strong men. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. But somewhere down the line, we are not doing our part to break away from the cycle. And we're not 100 years from now, none of us will be here. But everything that we built will be behind us, and it'll still be here. None of us will be here 100 years from now. None. That's living right now. So we have to be able to leave a legacy. We have to be able to leave something that people can read about what we did. And I knew that when I came home 10, 11 years ago, that it was a charge put on me by God to do whatever I can to help my community. That's what I do every day. It's not about me. Y'all might think it is because that's the way it looks, but that's not the way it is. I do what I have to do, and I'm led by the Spirit to do whatever I need to do to make things right in my community. I have a charge to keep. I don't have to be a pastor. And I'm calling on all the men in the city to come and join with me let's do what's right. Let's do what's right. Let's come up with some plans to make our community better. Our kids are killing each other in record numbers out here, and we're doing nothing. You're not even addressing it. We have a pandemic in our community. And I ain't talking about COVID. I'm talking about the killing of us by us. But when somebody else kills us, you want to jump in the streets and be all gung-ho and telling everybody about what they how wrong we've been, what the injustice has been levied against us, but you're not talking about us killing us. We have to do something about that. We have to tackle poverty in our communities. We have to tackle crime in our communities. You know, there's a lot that we can do if we just talk. If we get in the room and understand that nobody has to be a leader, we can all lead together. I don't care. I just want to be in the room so I can get the love, so I can show the love, so I can bring my mentees, my 10 or 12 mentees, so I can bring them in this group, so we can build strong men. You know, and that's what it's all about, us building strong men so we can have stronger communities later on. But anyway, I was going to write this, but I figured, you know, I'll come on instead of writing it. I'll do I might be wrong, but I doubt it. I thank y'all for this 37 minutes of your time. I didn't mean to take up a whole lot of it, but I thought that this should have been addressed. This forum today was not what I thought it should have been. And I'm saying shame on that ministerial alliance. And I think that you all should disband. I would like to come and speak before you all, if y'all don't mind inviting me, or if you all want to come on the show and let's have a conversation so I can ask those tough questions. Then y'all are free to come here. I challenge you. Send your pastor to me. Send your pastor to come answer those questions. Can you get Seals, Roberson, and Tillman to come be on this show? If they're men of God and they doing what's right, I'm sure they ain't scared. Then me and Pastor Smalls is just going to ask y'all some questions. That's my co-host for I Might Be Wrong, but I doubt it. So I appreciate you all. We'll be back next week with another episode of I Might Be Wrong, but I doubt it. I won't be putting it in writing, I don't think. I think I'll just do the little 45-minute clip and give y'all my feelings and vent right here so that y'all can hear what we're talking about and see what we're discussing. And our Black Media Network, we want to make sure that we bring the information to you. We try to bring it from our perspective so that you can see it in a light most favorable to our community. And some people can't see that because some people still have those blinders on. They don't care about selling the community out. They don't care about who's selling the community out. So anyway, catch us next week for another episode of I Might Be Wrong, but I doubt it. Good night.
I like that.